Yo, for me, you can't know what one boss, Dan boss. You're watching the Rope Podcast, you understand?
This is Axe from Lion Squad, and you're tuning into Ropes' podcast. Like, share, subscribe.
This is Vibe Squad from Straight to the Glass.
This is Juvenile and King Tubby's son.
This is Movistar Johnny.
And this is Andrew Fresh.
And this is IMP, and you're watching Ropes podcast.
Just do the right thing.
Do the right thing. This podcast is brought to you by Video Rose Production Limited. Whether you got an event, a birthday, a wedding, a christening, even music video, we will capture it all for you. Don't waste time. Give Video Ropes a call.
Yes. Welcome to another Ropes podcast for dancehall reasoning. And tonight, we have in the house Kenizia Lewis. She's a motivation speaker, and you know she do a lot of stuff. She have her own business. She coming from a far way, and you know she's been out there. You know, people might know her from YouTube, Facebook, all these things. People might even know her as the lady who was crying on Instagram. And we have her in the house tonight. Kenny, welcome to Ropes Podcast.
Thank you for having me, Ropes.
Welcome again, and enough respect. Okay? Yeah. Just want to congratulate you on your newborn baby.
Thank you.
You know, you were supposed to be here from Christmas, but
no, it was before Christmas. I think it was a few weeks after you started out.
Yes, from October.
Yes, so you contact me, and I did have a difficult pregnancy. So there was times when I was either feeling a bit nauseating, or it's either in some sort of pain or swollen feet, swollen ankle, and you keep moving the dates. And then
I tell you what, up to the final day when you're having baby, you were supposed to come.
Yeah.
And every time you're supposed to come, the pain kicked in.
Pain kicked in a week before, because a week before I was supposed to come in, and I went into what they call the latent phase labor. So where the labor started and then it stopped. And then the next day I'll be in labor again, and then it stopped. So it just kept on. This minute it's dead, the next minute, but because my contractions weren't as close as, so the doctor said, okay, instead of coming in again, stay home. And eventually she didn't come until a further week from that.
Well, congratulations again. I can see you, the bouncing girl.
Thank you.
So you're a mother of 3 now.
Yeah, 3. 2 queens and a king.
Wow.
Yes.
The king must feel uncomfortable now because it was balanced before. Now we got 2 to fight with him now.
No, he's not. It's the opposite, actually, because he's fine. He's still, because he's now so tall. He's literally as tall as me. I'm 6 foot, so I'm very tall for a female, but I love it.
No, it's not very tall for a female. You got loads of tall female.
Not plenty. Even during around my friends' circles, I've got friends who are tall, but not as tall as me. And then I don't like being flat.
Okay.
I like heels and not low.
Tell me about it.
You're supposed to know. It must be 6 inches or more. So he don't feel out of place. I enjoy his sister. He enjoy dancing with her. He enjoy doing his thing. But you know, boys and their games. So he don't have any time to feel out of place. He's always on his games.
So I guess he got the new PS5.
Not yet.
What are you waiting for?
Not yet.
He's a good boy.
He will get it. But the thing is, he needs to wait. He needs to wait. Sometimes you can't just give them everything. Let them wait. Let them work for it. So I'm letting him work for it. See how he gets on with his online schooling. Because, you know, everything at the moment, they're not in school. So from once he's getting up on time, getting his work done, then I can say, okay, I think you deserve it. Well, his birthday's coming up, so you never know.
I think you buy it already. But Kenny, it's a pleasure having you in the house today.
Thank you so much.
you know, you was one of my favorite promoter.
Oh, thank you for that. Yeah.
Understand? But before we go into the promotion side of your life, just take me back to who is Kenny?
Well, Kenny. Wow, I'd need a few days to tell you that. There is so many different sides to me. I'm this little girl that left Jamaica at the age of 15 and came to the UK. And basically was living in Hertfordshire, St. Albans, and from there coming to London, came onto the party scene, started my whole thing of promoting, and first one was okay, second one was locked off by police, but I never give up yet, so I kept going, and then I just see it get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Before we go to the party scene, let's go back to Jamaica for a brief moment.
Yes.
You came to England when you were 15. Okay. So what was life like growing up in Jamaica, and where in Jamaica did you grow up?
All right. I grew up in, Upper Clarendon, border of St. Anne.
Okay, real country girl.
Yes, a little village or town called Douglas Castle. So it's up from Kellits. Our main town is Kellits. And so Douglas Castle, we grew up with my mom and my dad. We weren't rich. I remember growing up in a one-bedroom house.
How much siblings?
And my mom's got 11 of us.
Whoa!
So at that
Mom was busy in that one bedroom.
Very busy. At that time, when we were in the one bedroom, there was, I think it was only 2 of my siblings weren't born yet, so there was 9 of us. But 2 of them was living with my grandmother. So that's 4 from the 11 that wasn't there. And I remember I was even speaking to my mom the other day about it, and I was like, I remember we had a bed with a chunk on the end of it. And I remember one of us sleeping there. And I remember that there was a table with, I think it's 6 chairs. And I remember some of us used to sleep on that as well.
Wow.
So it was like, so I laugh at my mom, and I used to say, boy, pity there wasn't any television them time, because probably some of us wouldn't be born. So if there was, they would have something to occupy their times. But you know what? We grew up like that. We've never needed anything, because as a farmer, my dad is a farmer.
Is he still alive?
Yes, very much so. Very much alive. He's always, when it comes to food, we've never been lack of food. Clothing either. We just needed more space. And after Gilbert, I remember my parents moved, and we were living somewhere for a short little time. I was 6 years old at the time, and while they were building their house, and we went from, they had 1 bedroom again, and just a bathroom. Then it goes from there to 2 bedrooms.
That's improvement. So just a bathroom
involved.
involved.
At the moment is 7 rooms, 3 bathrooms, garages and everything. So
they're building as they go along. They're building as they go along, and I guess it's a mansion now.
It is. It is.
So any grandkids living with them?
Grandchildren, yes, for sure, yeah.
Okay, very good. So what was schooling like?
Schooling was great. I was always a brilliant kid. I was always very bright. I remember, but going to school, because I've been tall always, so I was called infant school mama. Yes.
You stand out.
Yes, I stand out. I was always the tallest, and I remember even my fingers. They called me fingers. Say my fingers were long. My hair was what you say called blonde, or they called me ginger. They called me dundus. They called me all sorts. So my hair, I didn't have black hair, I didn't have, so at school I was called all those names, but not picked on, we just,
That's teasing and something you're
such
comfortable
like
with.
that. Yes, but schooling was great. I was brilliant. I was a brilliant student. So I went from basic school to primary school to high school, where I went to Claude McKay Comprehensive High School, which is in James Hill, Clarendon. I was a prefect there also, yeah. And I've never been a sport person. I've never been a sport
Even
person.
though you're tall enough to play netball?
Yes, I was the girl who was sitting next to the coach and on the sideline. I'm not the one to go and be playing. I was always for the books and boys, I said. Always, it was the books and boys.
Well.
For me, it was books and boys. And I get beaten from my mom for boyfriend, even for having sex, even when I don't know what sex was. I had a boyfriend,
you was
but
fast.
I didn't know what sex was, and I get beaten from my mom thinking I'm having sex when poor me didn't even know what sex was at that time. So schooling was great. I was one of those role model students at the point where I get prefect.
Okay, so even though your mom was busy making babies, right? Because she didn't have a television to watch, so and so she beat you because you was having sex. Didn't she give you some sex education lesson?
No, she thought I was having sex, but Jamaican parents are not the parent to give you them times to sit you down and talk to you about those things, or ask you if you're interested in having sex, let me know, or something. They're more likely beat you. If a neighbor come to them and say this, or they see you with a boy, or you automatically have been having sex, and it was so far from the truth. So it wasn't a matter of my mom sitting me down and said, this is how you do it, or that is how you do it. We didn't get that. We didn't get that at all. So basically, that was it.
Okay. So you finished high school, but you didn't go on to college. Because
I know. Didn't get to finish high school in Jamaica because I left Jamaica April 98, in 98. The April, where I think it would have been the July after that, I would have graduated, but I left before.
So you didn't get to do your exam?
So I didn't get to do my exams or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when was the last time you visit mommy and daddy?
That was in, what was it, 2019. So last year,
just missed
Jamaica is I go to Jamaica every single year except for last year.
Okay, so
Every
because
year.
of the
whole pandemic, Corona,
just mess up everything,
thing,
and
yes.
so how your mom and dad is coping with this
They are
pandemic?
fine. To tell you the truth, where we are from, there is no cases in that area. No one of my mom haven't said anyone up that side have got it. Children or elders or anyone, they seems to be a good distance. It's probably good that we were up in the country bush.
Yeah, because in the country area, the houses are far apart. It's not like everyone live on acres of lands and things like that. So
they've got space.
So people don't really mix up like that. Yeah, it's not like in the town here when everybody's brushing shoulder, like Maypen or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the purpose of you coming to the UK?
Because of everything that, with my mom having 11 kids then, my great-grandmother used to live with us, and she lived with us for a few years. And my granduncle, which is my dad's uncle, they always come and visit, and so because their mother was living with us. So I remember they said to my mom, it would be an honor for us to repay you for all that you have done. Let us take one of your kids And we will look after. You don't have to do anything.
That's gratitude.
And I was the one
Wow.
that they choose. Yeah, so that's how I ended up here.
Okay, and what was life like in a strange place?
Oh, coming here, it was a new place for me. I was showing my daughter something this morning, how bright outside was. I remember when I just came, because it was April, just after Easter, and outside was so bright. So I went inside. I was inside, and I wanted to go outside to do something. I put on my shortest butty riders and a vest, thinking outside was hot, not knowing that it was the heating that was on while the temperature in the house was so warm. And I went outside saying I'm going to the shops, and had to run back in because it was freezing cold. So coming here, being in a strange place, at first it was okay, but then, sometimes
One
people...
second. Did they come out of summer or winter?
Winter.
Okay,
It's
so-
just that coming to the end of winter because it was beginning of April.
Okay, so
Yes.
so it was a massive culture shock for you.
It was.
Okay, go on.
Big change.
Go on, tell me a story.
So when I came, it was okay for a while, but things change. Sometimes people do things, but there is always something attached to what they do. And I remember my first 2 weeks after I came, I remember I wanted to go and post some mail. And I wanted to go and post these mail, but I couldn't remember where the post office was. And the person who's supposed to be protecting me literally came with me. And when we were coming back, he was walking behind me. When I got in the house, he was like, oh, when you walk, your bum wobbles. And the next minute, his hand was on my boobs.
Ooh.
And this is a family. This is my family. This is my granduncle. You're supposed to, I come here to be in your care. So how can you be coming into my personal space? Why are you touching me? Why are you this? And I remember.
You was 15 at the time.
And I was 15.
Oh my God.
I was 15. And I was so shocked. I didn't know what to do. I remember I ran to the room and I stayed there until his wife came home. The next day when he came home, I said, I'm going to tell her that, and he started to say, oh, go on, go ahead. They won't believe you. No one will believe you.
Wow.
No one will believe you. And he was like, my daughter.
That's what most pedophiles do.
Yeah, he said, my daughter would be the first to take you back, to take you to the airport and send you back to Jamaica. Yeah, that's the life you want to go and live. We'll send you back. And I was there and I was ready to go back. I said, send me back. I'm ready. But what I didn't do, I didn't say anything to his wife.
So because of the chat, you feel like he'd have a part to play with you getting coward?
Yes, so I kind of was thinking, should I do this? Though at 15, I'm trying to make life decisions of, do I want to go back or can I stay and tough it out and make something of my life?
Okay, and you made the decision and you stayed.
And I stayed.
Did he ever try that again with you?
About 4 times. I came even out of the shower and he was sitting in my room waiting for me. But the thing is, bro, I can be one of the most feisty person anyone can ever back up on. I can be so, smooth, cool. The person you think she's fool. Mm-hmm. I'll just play fool to catch wise. And I was like there and just letting him know, you will never touch me. It will never happen. So guess what? Just leave it there. And I remember I was every day, so 2 weeks after I came, they got me a job. I remember I was working in Boots. At 15, 5 a.m. every morning, I used to get up and go to Boots and do a cleaning job. 5 a.m.
Was that legal?
Walking, I wasn't even working in my name at that time.
Wow. It's
So-
because you're taller, you look mature.
Yes, so no one didn't know because I was always very mature for my age. And I remember I used to go to this job every morning. Until this day, I don't know how much I earn because it wasn't in my name, it was in his wife's name.
Wait a minute. Hold up a minute. Let's do some maths here. Was this the same grand uncle that came to Jamaica?
Yes.
So, and he chose you.
And he chose me.
So he have his motive because he could have choose any one of the older
That's it.
the older siblings.
So he chose me.
He choose you. So he got his motive.
Yes.
Is he still alive?
He's still very much alive.
You talk to him?
I only was able to talk to him when I changed my life. In 2012, when I decided to give my life to God, that's when I was able to speak to him. I hate him for many years. I hate him. I hated him so much to the point where I don't call, I don't go any family gatherings. I just cut them off completely.
Okay. Did his wife find out about it?
No, his wife still don't know.
He's gonna know now.
Yeah.
Did your parents know?
Yes, I told my parents.
And they say.
I told
"Don't
my
say nothing."
mother. I told my mother. My siblings know, and everyone. Their whole thing is we don't want to mash up their family. Can
Yeah,
you
they
see if you
always throw things
want
under
to,
the carpet. Yeah.
But what it is for me, I remember last year, at the beginning of last year, I went through a stage where it was on me so much. Every day I got up, I was angry. I was angry, and I'm saying, how can something that happens to me? I was 37 last year, and I'm like, how can something that happens how many numbers of years ago be affecting me now more than anything else?
Because you know what? It sit one side of your brain and it never go away because it never get fixed.
Yeah.
You understand? Because it's if you have a roof leaking and this water is coming down, but you set some pan to catch the water, but you move to the next side of the room. So you don't fix the problem, but
Yeah,
it's
it's
water is
still
still
there.
dripping there, so it's still in your brain. But you get closer. You forgive him.
Yeah, I have forgiven him. But what it was resting on me. I wanted to, at times I feel angry, like I just want to call him and say, why did you do that to me? Why did you torment me for the whole year? And eventually what happened at the end of that, because I would not give in, my ticket was booked and I was sent home. I was sent back to Jamaica.
Whoa.
I was sent back to Jamaica, and the whole thing for them was, we cannot afford to keep you because sending you to college even for 1 year costs us over £4,000.
Wow.
And remember, I was working, so whatever I was working, that was covering for food. So it's not like I was eating for free. That was covering for food. I used to get £25 per week, and that was for me to go to college. And I was working because I started to work 2 weeks after I came into the UK. And I don't know how much I earned because it was not, time what was...
It doesn't go into your bank account,
That's
so
it. I didn't know.
You was working, but it was somebody's you working for. You were,
Yes.
Oh,
So
Kenny, this is horrible.
It is. It
and
is.
you live with this for your whole life. You go
Yes.
through this pain and no one to talk to, and okay.
And even if I talk, they kind of don't understand. Why you don't let it go, Kenny? It's been how many years? At least he didn't actually physically do anything. I said he touched me. He was there tormenting me.
But
He's
mentally,
in my room,
what people
and
don't
things like
understand that. What
Yeah.
people don't understand that physical abuse, mental abuse sometimes hurt more than physical abuse.
That's it.
Because if you break your hand, you can fix back your hand. But you break some, you do
Things
some
in the mind.
things in the mind. They affect the mind, and no one give you no psychological counseling or nothing like that. So
No, I remember I went through counseling
Good.
In 2014, I was going through counseling, and all of that was brought up back to the point I got more depressed.
Wow.
I got more depressed because of
If you
what I
wanna
was
stop-
personally going through.
Kenny, if you wanna stop talk about it.
Oh, no.
can stop.
No, it's totally fine.
Okay.
What I was going through in my personal life, relationship-wise, and so forth. So when I went for counseling, when my doctor put me in for counseling, because at the time I was feeling more suicidal. So I contemplate suicide so many times. And
Wow.
yes, and it was even yesterday I was speaking about it and was saying that when it comes to the money, I had that. If it's millions, I had that access to all of that. But the thing is, with everything that was going on, and sometimes we look at life as to say, okay, you've got money, you've got a roof over your head, you're wearing the biggest designers, you're doing this, you're doing that. Why are you unhappy? Why are you sad? But what it was for me at those times was relationship problem was there. You give your love, your heart, your soul, your body, your mind to a person, and all sorts is happening, and you don't know how to fix all of that in your mental state. So it affects you so much. And when I was there and in counseling, so everything went back. They started to go back to the root of everything.
Yeah, because that's what counselors
Yes.
do.
So when they went back to the root of everything, it was like I went into such a mental state. I had to stop the whole process of counseling. And how I got through it was I got deeper into the Word of God. I started to read more on forgiveness.
Praise God.
I started to read more on healing. I started to read more on things like that. And gradually, I find myself was coming out of that.
So you find your own healing through
Yes,
God.
that's the only way
You
I
see,
found
you
it.
see, God is so great.
Yes.
You see, and you're here now, so you can talk freely about it.
Freely, yes.
Wow. I respect your courage, and I respect you come to talk to me about it, and just let it go. Anyway, so, all right, you have a bad coming to England. That was really a bad experience. Okay, so when did life change for you?
Life change. Oh,
Because you went back to Jamaica.
I went back.
At what age did you went back?
I was 17? Yes, I was 17 years old, and I came back on my own. So I came
Just
back,
like that?
I came back on my own because my ticket was a return ticket. Because when the ticket was purchased, if you buy a one-way ticket, it would have
With too
been
much
more
money.
expensive.
Okay, so they buy a cheap
So they
one.
had to buy a return. So I returned on
God
that.
is in you. God's in you.
Yes,
God is
so
walking with you, girl.
I returned on that ticket, and when I returned on that, I was staying with a friend in Towsville.
Okay, so you make friends.
So no,
Within that
someone
time.
that I knew from I was a little girl that used to come to Jamaica and so forth.
Okay.
I came back and I was staying at their house in Towsville, in South London for some time until I went into Tottenham.
Okay.
And I was in Tottenham. I remember.
Why Tottenham?
And no, what it was, I needed to find work.
Okay.
And they had some work doing parties for universities. So I remember, and that was at the age of 17.
But you actually grow yourself, can you?
Yes, I did. So at the age of 17, I was helping to organize parties for universities and all of that, and come back from there and just continue working till I ended up working in a Caribbean restaurant in Finsbury Park, and from there
So you're living on your own now.
I was living with my auntie, my dad's sister.
Okay.
I came, and that was a very bad experience as well. So it was like I work, she take my money, and it was just, my life was not anything good. I would have to say.
Okay, so you've got a bad experience
A very
growing
bad
up,
experience.
and you grow away from your parents, and no siblings here with you. And your people who you thought should have been taking care of you abuse you.
Abuse me instead.
Wow. Kenny, let's go for a break.
All right.
And we come back to the other side.
Okay.
Okay.
This podcast is brought to you by Video Rose Production Limited. Whether you got an event, a birthday, a wedding, a christening, even music video, we will capture it all for you. Don't waste time. Give Video Rose a call.
Yes. Welcome back. People, I'm telling you, this story brings water to my eyes. I can't believe that, people sometimes they're trying to help you, but they're just helping themselves. They abuse you, they use you, they send you to work like a slave. There's a lot of people in this diaspora go through the same thing Kenny faced growing up. Family help you to come to Jamaica, from Jamaica to come here. When you reach here, they start the abusing. You have to go and work like a slave. So Kenny, tell me something. You live with your auntie now.
Yeah.
And what happened after you live with your auntie? So life changed for you now.
No. Living with my auntie, I was thinking, yes, everything is going to be great. My auntie is young and so forth. And I used to see her. We go in shopping and she'll just be, oh, Kenny, where's the money? At them times, you think £30 would be okay to give her each week for my food. And I remember one Saturday we were out shopping and I only bring the £30 with me. And she was like, where's the rest of the money? And I said, it's at home. And she tell me some words that I can't even repeat, to go and get that money. She needs to get more food in the house and this. And remember, it's just me. And she had her daughter and her son. And I basically have to just spend my money.
So this was every week?
And this was every week.
So every time, so you didn't get a chance to save no money?
So I didn't. And you know how God works. She had a friend who I was friend with, the lady's daughter. And when they learned of how my auntie was treating me, the lady said to me, Kenny, come and live with me.
Whoa.
Me will take the £30. I don't need no young girl to pay my rent. I will take that £30 and you come and live. And I'm telling you, I lived with that woman for almost 2 years. Me and her daughter used to share a room. And we, every single week, I'll make sure she get that £30 and she never bother me for money. And this is a total stranger.
And you was eating and drinking and you was comfortable.
I was drinking, I was comfortable.
You see, God is good.
And our daughter was my friend. And I look at life as to say, when I came, I was Cinderella at my uncle's house because I had to do all the cleaning, the washing the dishes, doing all of that. Even when I come back from college, I've got all these chores to do. When I come back from work, 5 a.m. in the morning, there is a list left for me what to do. When I was at my auntie's house, the same exact thing. I've got this to do, I've got that to do, and everything I earned was being taken. And I went and lived with a total stranger. And they take better care of me than how my own family take care of me.
Wow. Kenny, I lost for words. Oh my God. You've been through it, girl.
I have been through it.
Okay, let's move on from that because that story is so sad.
Yes.
And I know you have a lot more to say about it, but we'll leave it for...
As I said to you, it can be a few days to hear my stories, books.
You must write a book.
So a lot of people do not know. A lot of people see me and they don't actually know that I'm coming from a very long way. I'm coming from a lot of struggles. I'm not just a person who stepped into it. Whatever I've got, I earned it. I worked for it.
Kenny, I see you work hard, and you're a posh lady.
Yes.
You like nice things. You like nice cars.
Always.
You understand?
Yes.
And you deserve it.
Thank you.
You work hard.
I do.
You understand? And you're also an honest person.
Very.
Because I remember I used to do you. Let's talk about your promotion. You understand? Let's talk about dancehall for a minute. You were one of the bona fide dancehall person. You one who used to dress up in the latest designer, because dancehall is a designer of paradise.
Yes.
If you want to sell clothes and you put the price tag high, dancehall will buy it.
That's it.
And you were one of those person. Well, you will see in the latest gear, no matter even sometime before the celebrities them get it.
I would be wearing it.
You will be
yes.
wearing it, and you'll be proud. No matter how dirty the floor, wanna be in that dancehall place, because sometimes we have some horrible place to party.
Yeah.
Not the best looking places, but you know when the ladies them come in, it's so beautiful.
Beautiful, and that I look at. I remember we used to go to place like Club Lex. We used to go Geneva's. We used to go Buds. We used to go Chimes, Palace Pavilion. And when you come over South Side now, I used to go to Chicago's and all those other clubs.
Yeah.
Elephant and Castle.
Whispers.
All of them.
Yeah.
I used to be at all of the clubs, and I used to actually love to party in South London.
Kenny always
For some
see you,
reason.
and as you come into the club, you will go and buy your champagne.
Yes,
And
I'm that champagne person up until today.
It would be on the floor, because we didn't do the table
We didn't
thing
have
yet.
the tables,
Dancehall
yeah.
coming from a far away, you know. It's coming from a
Yes.
far away. It can be violent sometimes, but most of the time it is
Fun.
It's fun. It's like a let out valve. It's an escape.
Yes.
You understand? And I used to admire you a lot.
Oh.
You understand? I don't know if I was your favorite video man, but you were my favorite promoter.
You
Okay.
know, I always try to get everyone some of the food. So it was you, Video Love, Timo, Bright Light, and it's like I always try to just say, you know what, I want to include that person. I want to include that person. And I remember when we used to do Kingston versus Mabey.
Yes.
And Kingston versus Mabey was one of our biggest.
Yeah.
One of. And we used to have probably over 30 DJ selectors on that, because it was a clash between Montego Bay and Kingston.
yeah.
So depending on where
but
you're
you
from.
know what? I find
Yes.
it fascinating, because you're from Clarendon.
Clarendon, yes.
But you were was it business wise why you did it, or was
Yes, it was all business. What it was for me, dancehall, though you see me in dancehall was business for me. I am that person who used to rather to go up West End to go party. When I really want to have fun, my fun is to go West End and to go to one of my nice clubs that I can have my VIP room and do my thing. That was one of my main thing, but dancehall was a business for me.
Oh, dancehall was a business.
Was
so-
a business, yes.
Okay, did you start to enjoy the modeling in the dancehall while you go West End, or it was just
No, what it was, because there was so many times I remember I had to be running from either some gunshots or something happening in quite a few parties, that I remember even being pregnant. And when I go West End, I didn't have to be running anywhere. So I used to rather to go West End and go sit and enjoy something, and know that even if there's going to be a fight, if there's going to be any gunshot, it's not going to be inside the club. So
that's
it was more like fear. Fear would make me, when I go into dancehall, I may look as if I'm enjoying myself, but there is so much fear. I was always wondering.
Was you a part of the chat because of your lifestyle?
There was times, yes. There was times I had to even cancel 2 of my events because I had message that people was planning to kidnap me and things like that. So I had to cancel. And it was even there was a few times where even the club owners will come to me and ask me, why do people hate you? They said loads of people would come in, 1 Tower Club, and then they'll be cussing and saying, why can he get the bar and get the door and get this? We don't like the girl there. We don't this, we don't that. So the owners of these places will be telling me this. So as a female, I was scared.
Okay. So didn't you have any guys around you?
I have my people, always have my people.
Okay. So what was the vendetta?
To tell you the truth, I was doing dancehall, but I was doing road also.
Okay, you was a
doing road
roadie.
also.
Okay,
But
okay.
the thing is, I was the person behind the scene. I wasn't on the scene. I was the person behind the scene. And people who knows.
Okay.
So I wasn't the person
Now
to
I see
come
the
out
picture.
and say,
No,
you
no.
know. So a lot of people get to know the levels of what
Was going on.
used to what was going on then. So from there, it was mainly men used to see. I remember I had a birthday, and I hired a boat. I was one of the first person to ever hire a boat on the Thames and had a free party on
Okay,
a boat.
wow, that must be.
And that
must be
was
massive.
50. I invited 50 people because it was invitation only. And I remember that got a lot of attention. And men started to talk and saying, oh, Kenny's hyping on us. Why can she keep a boat party when everyone else that keep boat free? Why can she keep a boat party free when everyone else that does
Charge.
a boat party charge?
So people start to feel threatened by you.
People feel jealous.
So
it
they-
wasn't even threatened, it was jealous.
So they didn't want you as a woman
yeah.
to be modeling so much on them. So you were
Yes.
making too much money.
Yes, they say I'm making too much money, and it was to the point where I was robbed.
Wow.
I was robbed. I had over 15 men in my home.
Wow.
I was caught on my lip. My mother was here visiting for the first time, visiting the UK.
Maybe not a good experience.
And the thing is, my mother didn't know what I do. Because when you come in from a Christian home and a model, you're supposed to be a model citizen and so forth. So everything was private. So they just think I do the promotion and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, she see all these men in the house, and my children were beaten. Yeah. My son it was just before his 3rd birthday. And I remember the guy, he had a very big shotgun and he used it and he hit my son over the head. The skin was peeled back. I remember my daughter slept through most of it, and when she got up, one of them hit her so hard that she had a bloodshot in her eyes it was there for weeks before it disappeared.
So these people were serious, Kenny.
I got trampled on. There was this guy, I remember he was thick, and if he speak to me. Every speak that day, it was a kick or a thump, and I ended up with a boot print on my leg, and that boot print was there for almost a year. It was there, and it wouldn't go. It was just there. It's like it was embedded in my skin.
Oh, so is this the result of doing road?
So this is the result of doing road. And you know what, Ropes, that everything that I done in life, I look at it as a learning curve. It's something that takes me to where I am. Because while I was there and while all of this was going on, I remember I started to talk to God in my mind, and I was like, God, I know I haven't been paying you any attention, but if you allow me to come through this, then I'm going to start paying you more attention. And it was from there I started to make sure every Sunday I was in church.
Okay.
That's when. So you see, sometimes some things happen to us in life, and it may seem bad, but it's taking us closer to where
So
God want to take
God
us.
was just sending you a message to say,
Yes, that's what.
that's this the life where you're trying to live, or where you the people where you're trying to fit in with.
Yes.
It's not your people.
No. So he separates. He
So-
use that.
Okay, before we go to the Christian part of your life,
Yeah.
after the robbery
Mm-hmm.
and whatever the torture, whatever it is, what did you do after?
Oh, I carried on.
Woo!
I think I carried on. I got bigger. I was saying if I was wearing gold, I start wearing diamonds. So it was.
So it didn't stop
It
you.
didn't stop. It didn't stop me. If anything, it pushed me further. It pushed me further. It didn't make me stop at all. It pushed me further, and
What make you stop?
God. I went
Amen.
to Jamaica, 2012, Brit Jam, because you know it was my children's dad along with other promoters that done Brit Jam.
No idea.
Yes, so so while I was at Brit Jam, I came back and it was Easter. My mother
Kenny,
was
I must confess this to you.
yes.
I never see you with a man.
You've never
I
seen
never see you with a man. I always see you with a set of girls.
Yes.
You know, maybe, you know, the guys them say they're never too far away or
Yes.
they're not taking the camera lights and things like that. But you were soaking up the limelight and everything.
Yes.
So,
My partner, for many years that I was in dancehall with, my children's dad, he was never the person to stand in video light. He was never that person, so he was always at the side. So we used to have this thing, he'll signal me when he's ready, and then I'll go. So no one will see us.
Okay.
We'll come into the club together and we leave together. And there was times when it's just me and my girls, but most of the times we were always out at parties together. But he
that's
was
why I
never
never
the
see
person.
nobody else approach you or anything. You was
No.
just freely there, just enjoying yourself, showing the diamonds because,
Yes.
as you say, move off the diamonds now.
Yeah, it was move from golds to diamonds.
Okay.
Yes.
6 or 7 years ago, you go through a bad breakup. Yeah, and
Yes.
it depressed you.
Yes, 2014 it was. Because at that time I was in my relationship for 9.5 years.
Wow.
And that was because I didn't think for 1 second that we will ever split up. You know, when you're in a relationship and you're comfortable, and it may not be, to tell you the truth, there was ups and downs because he always cheating, but for some reason there was always this thing where he makes me feel loved,
Okay.
and we
So-
used to have some of the best conversation.
Okay, so you could overlook the cheating then.
I could overlook the cheating, although it was something that we never really addressed most of the time because he never want to talk about it. So his way for not talking about it would be either to walk out the house or something, and because I don't want him to walk out the house, so I used to just keep everything in. So I used to put on the
mask.
smiley face to say everything is all right, even
we call
when-
it the mask.
Yeah, so even though there is so much going on, I was there still trying to pretend I wasn't hurting. So eventually, when he broke up with me in 2014, the whole thing of me not being able to talk about everything from before and was just keeping everything in, it's like everything came on top of me to the point where I literally went mad. I literally went crazy.
Wow.
So depressed to the point where I was hearing voices.
Wow.
So depressed to the point where I contemplate suicide daily. It was like, I don't want to live. My children was there, but suffering from depression is a thing where Depression don't tell you that it will be okay. Depression tells you this is the end of it. Depression tells you you're on your own. Depression tells you life doesn't make sense.
Wow.
So I used to be that person who would be in the bed for days, not shower, not brush my teeth, not comb my hair.
So you give up?
Yes, it's like giving up. And probably get the strength and put on my clothes and go shower, put myself together today. But tomorrow I'm still depressed. I go to a party and I come back in and I'm still depressed.
So you was vulnerable.
Very, very vulnerable.
So was money still making, or was you still living that life?
Money was still making. But the thing is, money was still, let me see, 2014. No, 2014, my lifestyle changed completely. And this is it. 2012, I changed my life completely. I gave my life to God.
Okay.
So 2014,
So it's wait.
to me, I wasn't needed anymore.
1 second.
Yes.
You give your life to God,
Yes.
and you were still with the man,
Yes.
but I'm kind of confused there.
No, so what it is, because...
Was you married?
No, this was my relationship from before.
Okay.
We were in a relationship numbers of years before. So 2014 would have been 9 years, but yet still, I was a Christian. I gave my life to God 2012, but my relationship was there. So I was wrestling between
God and
God and man. I'm wondering, how do I do this? And so when the whole thing collapsed in 2014, that was God's way of saying, look, if you think the man is so good for you to hang on to or hold on to and be sharing both of us together, when I called you, I called you.
Wait, Kenny, but maybe one of the reasons why the man left, he didn't ready to give his life to God. So he didn't want to wrestle with you. He didn't want to, because I'm like that. if I'm vibes in a girl, and I would never go to a church and look a girl and don't have an intention of baptize.
Yeah.
So I would never go in God's house and try to take a girl out of God's house. You understand? So maybe that man didn't ready to give his life to the Lord, so he take the easy route and run away from you.
No, but even if he wasn't ready to go down that route, the easiest route was, let's get married. So that way you continue living your life that you live in, but I can get to go on and live my life for God freely without having to be thinking I'm fornicating.
Okay.
Yes. But he didn't want to go down that route.
And you try everything to get him back.
And I did because I, until this day, haven't met the person who I would say I would want to be with. You know,
Okay.
and
Yeah, you're still in love with your
because
baby father.
that's the only man that I actually do love. And I always say to people, I will never be afraid to talk, to say it, because that's the only person who I was with for 9.5 years before the relationship ended. That's the only man I've known. That's the only place I've been with. That's the person who I give my heart.
I can't say
and
because
think-
I can't. People love for different reasons. I would wrong to accuse you, say it was because of money, because I don't know the
no.
guy.
When
You
I
got-
met him, there wasn't.
You got your own money.
No.
So, what is it about this man so much?
No, we were best friends. I would like to believe that
But people
we were.
people lose
No,
friendship
we were-
as a way go.
What it is, I'm this person. What I am, Ropes, is the person. If I give you my heart, I give you my heart. I don't believe in cheating, so I'm not gonna go and cheat on you. It's me and you.
So you were loyal all for the
100%
9.5 years.
Dedicated.
Never look at
loyal.
no one else.
Even if men came to me, it was never interest to say, I'm gonna think to cheat on you. If anything, I get angry. I get angry because I'm like,
So what went wrong? Because you got everything going for
that's
you.
exactly
What went
where-
wrong?
That's exactly.
Did he get bored of you?
I don't know, because I still can't get a solid reason as to what happened. Only I remember he said to me, the day when he finally said to me, well, he split up with me was, I saw there was a thing called Uvu or Vu? I can't remember the name of it. It was one of those things like tango.
Okay.
Ovo or something like that.
I remember that.
And I remember I went on there and I saw a friend's suggestion, and when I clicked on it, there was this girl, and I looked at the photo. I see that it was him, and that was in our bedroom in Jamaica. Him and this girl take this photo in our bedroom, and they hugged. He was standing behind her and hugged her from. So I'm like, this is very, but I heard about the whole thing.
So you searched. You went and searched.
No, I wasn't searching. It was there, the friend's suggestion. So I clicked on it to see who it was.
So the girl
and
sent
then
you a
saw
friend.
it. No, I then sent her a friend request, and she called me back, and I spoke with the girl. And when I spoke to her, she then said to me that she was there and speaking to me and was like, yeah, we've known each other from we were little kids. He's my man. I love him. And this, that. So I'm like, how can you love a man that is how can you love my man? And you live in America. He used to live in the UK. And yes, he's in Jamaica now, but how did he become your man? She said, it's not now, it's time. So then she said a thing to me. She said, do you want me to leave him? I said, I cannot tell you what to do. You're your own big person, and whatever you want to do, you do. She said, okay, I'm going to leave him. So when I leave him, can I still continue contacting him? I said, I called his name and said, he's a big man. So whatever he wants to do, it's up to him. So the girl went and tell him that I was on the phone telling her to leave him. Mm-hmm. So I only get a call and said, Kenny, you're this, that. You on phone begging girl for leave me? May I leave your rate. And it was like that. And me trying to call him and him not answering, and I'm in the UK and he's in Jamaica, and there was no way of speaking to him. And then eventually, I remember it was the March before he actually spoke to me. And when he spoke to me, he's going to say to me, you know why I leave you? Because I heard about you, that you have 3 men. I said, 3 what? I said, if you, the man that I love, if I have problems being sexual with you because of my Christian faith, do you think I would go and lie down with someone else? And he was like...
So this is when you're a Christian now, you're baptized?
Yes, and he was like, oh, I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about before. So I'm like, I'm confused. 1 minute you're telling me I've got 3 men. The next minute you're telling me it was before. Before when? So until this day, I still cannot get the answer as to when did I have these men. But what I see is he wanted to go.
Okay.
And he was just trying to find some excuse, and he didn't know where to find it. So he just find one, make up one.
Okay, so, and did you let go? Up to this day?
I didn't let go.
You're still holding hopes?
I sat there and I waited to the point where every girl that get pregnant, every girl that I see him with, it hurts.
Wow.
It
up to this day?
Up till this... it's only, let me tell you, only last year, and even me having my daughter was due to that.
Okay, we soon talk about the daughter thing. So,
yeah.
Okay. You become a Christian now. You're serving the Lord, but you're still holding on to this man. And so that kind of stop you. From give your heart and your everything to the Lord.
My all, yeah.
Okay. How far in the church did you get?
No, I'm just a member.
You was just a member?
Just a member, yeah.
Okay, because I used to follow you on Instagram and I'd see you always praying and you this and that, and so. Are you still a Christian?
I'm still a Christian.
Still a fully member Christian?
Still 100%, yes.
Okay. Last year sometime, I saw a video going around.
Yeah.
And you were crying and you were cussing and you wasn't swearing, but you were telling people to give you a chance and
Give me a break.
Give you a break.
Let me be. Yes.
At this stage, you're pregnant. Okay,
Yeah.
so
I'm going for an abortion. I decide to carry this child. Yes, me there. Me pregnant. No, don't know the father. So why the hell you not speculate who is who? Me never gonna take nobody, man. Who me take never belongs to nobody. So no stop.
oh, I'm not here to judge you.
No.
I would never judge
Totally
you.
fine.
But I have to ask you the question.
Yeah.
You've been a Christian, you've been seeking the Lord, right? But you still get pregnant.
Yes.
Can you explain how it happened? Is it a
Alright.
miracle or?
This is it. Probably I'm the Virgin Mary. What it was, I was there and I could never sit and tell anyone that I've been perfect and I'm gonna be perfect. That I cannot promise anyone because only one person is perfect, and that's Jesus Christ. And what happened was, I remember his birthday is on the 30th of January, and every year I'll put up his birthday. And when I put up his birthday last year, January, he called me and he was so disrespectful. He was telling me I spoiled his day. And why did I went and put up his birthday? I said, I do it every year. What is the deal? What's the difference with this year?
So you don't want nothing to do with you. So you don't.
So I didn't know that woman was pregnant. He had 2 women pregnant at the time. But what it was, one of them that is pregnant, I had the dream while I was there, 2019, the August, that this girl was expecting, and I went to one of his cousin and I said, I had a dream, and see him come to me and say to me, this girl is pregnant. And when I said it to her, her response to me was, Kenny, what if it's so? You need to get on with your life. I couldn't understand as to why she said that to me, but so I kind of push it in the back because I'm in England, they're in Jamaica. I don't really know for sure. So after I said that, after I put up his birthday, and he get angry and really said some horrible things to me, I got to a place where I got so depressed. I started feeling so alone. I started feeling like, God, I've been here sitting, waiting for this man to come to his senses, to, sort things out. Because we had a family.
Yeah, but Kenny, at the same time, he didn't want nothing else to do with you, and you find God.
Yes.
So you should lay all your troubles to God.
My cares to God, yes, and that's exactly what I've done. I'm there, and I'll go into church.
So
I'm
why were
doing
you
everything.
wait 1 second. Why were you still celebrating him?
No, because he's my children's dad.
Yes.
So his birthday, and one of the main reason was as well, 2017 when we were there in Jamaica and he almost lost his life. That's something where I said, you know what, people around you, it's best for you to celebrate them now than celebrate them when they're gone. Because if he was dead, I would be putting up his picture and I would be saying, R.I.P. baby father, this, that. So he's alive and it's a birthday. So I celebrate every year. I would be there and I would say, happy birthday to my children's dad, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
That was it. That's basically it.
Okay, because if he say that he's moved on from you and he's still celebrating, it maybe put him into a spot where he start to think that people gonna start to think that your name is still together. Anyway, all right. So how the pregnancy come in?
Yeah,
that's why. So why the hell you not speculate who is who? Me never gonna take nobody, man. Who me take never belongs to nobody. So no stop.
I was telling you how it came in. So the whole thing was basically, I was feeling depressed. I was feeling lonely. I feel like God ain't coming through for me. I said, the man ain't coming back. I can't see anything happening. I'm like, God, I'm not ugly. I can cook, I can clean. I've got my own business. I've got some use. Why am I still alone? And to tell you the truth, Ropes, it was like, it's not a random stranger, because I date this person a year after I split up with my children's dad. We dated for about a month, but then some girl did call me and say to me that they were seeing this person, so I just got everything. So what happened was, basically, I felt like I didn't want to be alone that night. And I made a phone call. And the phone call...
He was available.
And he was available. I made a phone call. He didn't come with intentions of... To me, as to how I see it, he didn't come with intentions of saying, I'm going to get laid tonight. But I have it in my head that
you was going to get laid tonight.
I'm going to get laid. I'm like, God, I've been holding out. This is
it was revenge then?
It was not even revenge. I just felt like I need to feel human. I need to feel
but you could
love.
Feel, you could feel love from God?
No, you feel love from God. But at the end of the day, Robes, can you as a man say to me that you've been there and you've been 2 years, you're not in prison?
You know,
you've 2 years, 3 years, and that.
There's temptation. I've never been baptized. Mm-hmm. And I always tell myself that whenever time I go under that water, no matter what out there, I would not look back. Mm-hmm. You understand? So somebody like you who become a Christian role model.
Yeah.
Yes, and because you start to live certain lives and you start to spread the words out there, and you showing that you change your life, and
for me to do that, then it seems that, let me show you. With everything that happened, first everyone have to remember that I'm human.
Yes.
So I'm human.
I'm not here to judge you.
No, because a lot of people do ask this question. A lot of people are there thinking the same exact thing that you're asking me. They are there thinking the same thing. So it's good for me to explain as to how all of this happened. Because at the end of the day, I was there. I'm not going to say I'm innocent of it and man raped me or that. No. I'm the one who feed it. I'm the one who was telling the guy, look, you ain't leaving my house. This is the reason I call you. And until I get that, you ain't going nowhere.
So you use him.
So I was like...
You use him.
More likely, you could use it. You could put it that way.
Gentlemen, wait. Gentlemen, you hear? Don't think it's only man use woman. Woman use man to get what they want.
So eventually, it was there. I ended up thinking, okay, then took a morning off the pill, thinking it's gonna work. It didn't work. Next minute, I know
God is teaching you a lesson.
Yes, so I said, okay, then God, baby's here. When
you finished with your rum pum pum pum, after, did it make you feel better?
No, that's exactly it. I didn't. To the day that I wake up the next day and I was like, God, I've done this. And I still feel empty. I still feel in that void. I still feel, I'm like, God, why did I even do this? And I actually made a promise to God that the day after, and saying, God, I'm never going back down this road. But the thing is, with everything, he said, every sin comes with a punishment.
Yeah. And I believe that God is have you here for a reason.
He does.
And you're going through, but you're disobeying him. You're stubborn.
Yes, and that was it. It was like, even in the midst of everything happening, I was there, and when the guy even came to my house, all he was talking to me about was Christianity. And Kenny, why did you become a Christian? Why did you make the decision to become a Christian? Why did you this? And I was like, God, tonight is not the night for me to save no soul. Tonight I need to get sorted. Yeah. This is what I'm saying to God. I'm like, God, tonight is the night for me to get sorted. This is not the night for me to save a soul. And I was like wrestling the whole time with God. It's like God is there He is speaking to me. He is a sinner. I'm supposed to be a Christian. And he's speaking to me about God. He's speaking to me about church. And I'm there thinking, about one thing, and that's sex.
That's all you want him to do is shut
That's
up and
all-
just give it to you.
That's all I was thinking about was sex. I need to have sex. I'm not going to my bed tonight alone.
Anyway, you overpower him. That means his power was weak. He was weak. You overpower him. You have sex with this guy. Bam, you're pregnant.
Yes.
How that make you feel?
At first, I was devastated. I cursed. I sat down and I said, God, why did you allow this to happen? Look how many years I'm here by myself. I came to you. You took the money. You took the house. You took the man. You took everything. I was like, God, why you take everything and now you leave me with a belly? And then further from that, when I call him and tell him I'm expecting, he was like, okay, we can go have an abortion.
Woo! So what did he say
And
about
I
that?
was like, no. And he was like, if you choose to do this, you're going to do it on your own. And I was like, I don't know how to go about doing that. I've never, both of my children,
So Kenny,
that is always there.
Wait,
So,
Kenny, wait. But remember, this man wasn't your boyfriend.
yes.
This man maybe have his own life.
No, yes, he may have his own life, but this is it. I make sure I did ask from before, are you in a relationship? And he said no. So if
Come
he
on,
did
Kenny.
say to me, Kenny,
Yeah.
I'm in a relationship.
But you just want some sex, so it wouldn't matter.
No, but I did ask, because if he was in a relationship, I wouldn't have slept with him.
So
I
why
wouldn't-
go back to-
if he said to me, yes, Kenny, I'm in a relationship, I'm not gonna do that, because I don't believe in
So Kenny,
the whole thing of saying
out of all
to
the
sleep
guys
with
in the
someone
world,
else's.
out of all the guys in the world, you go back to one where you date before. So no other guy wasn't looking you were.
No, there is hundreds of guys
Yeah.
looking me, but the thing is, sometimes I have a type.
Okay.
I have a type.
What's your
So-
type?
My type is tall, dark, and they must have body,
Muscle man, gym.
muscle. Yes, I love
Live
that.
in the gym.
That's me. Yes, and because I'm tall, I want to be able to wear my heels.
Okay.
So you need to be tall.
Is it
Yes.
because you assume that tall man give better sex?
No, nothing like that. It's because of my own insecurity of me being in heels and looking down at a man.
You're not gonna be in the
So-
heels when you're going to bed.
So it's not about that, but I've got a type. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
You get pregnant. You decide that you don't want nothing to do with it.
Yes, he said
So
he don't want
So
anything.
you're back at square one.
Yes. And this is it. I was like, I'm not looking for a relationship because we weren't in one. All I'm saying, I'm keeping this child, but I would like your help, financial assistance. And so if you can make that promise to me, he said that promise he can't make.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I can understand where it's coming from. I'm not gonna say I agree with it, because once you have a child, everything go through the window, and then you put the child 1st. But it's you kind of put him at a sticky
No,
situation.
I understand. Remember, even if a woman, I wanted more children.
Let me drink some water on this one.
I wanted more children, but not like that. My whole thing would be, I'll be married and have the rest of my children, because
but-
I always said I want 5 children, and I only had 2 at the time, and I was there, and it was more likely it's saying, is there, this whole thing happens now, so I'm gonna have to deal with it. And a lot of time, it's not that a woman wants to get pregnant, but we deal with it.
So how did your church handle it?
My church, to tell you the truth, my pastor and all my church members have been nothing else but supportive, because in the Bible, God show you that we are supposed to support each other, not cut each other down.
That's true.
And I remember even when I went back to church, my pastor actually ran from the front of the church
To come hug
to
you.
where I was to hug me. And when she embraced me, that is even making me feel emotional now, saying that. When she embraced me, she said, to the church afterwards.
Take your time.
No, it's like, she was like, church, the Lord said to let her feel this love. So it wasn't a decision I made to say I want to let people feel like, okay, church is messy. In Churches Road, all sorts of things happen. Pastors fell, bishops fell.
Jay,
Anyone,
pass me some napkins.
you know,
Look in the kitchen for napkins.
anyone in the body of Christ can fall at times.
Yes, we know that.
And what it was when I look and see the support that my church give to me, the way how they were all, you know, thank you, they were all there and letting me know, you know, they prayed for me. And that was the love that I needed to feel, that though we have sinned and come fall short of the glory of God, it is not for us to criticize. It is not for us to judge. It is not for us to tear each other down.
True.
But it's to know that a person sinned this minute. The minute I go and I said with a sincere heart, I said, Lord, forgive me. I'm forgiven by God. It's mankind that hold our sin against us. But God forgive us like that. It is wiped straight away. So though I've done that, I was there punishing myself. I was there feeling scared. I even wrote a whole thing about it sometime last week. Was saying there was moments when I contemplate, should I have an abortion? Because I was feeling ashamed. And I was wondering, God, you will forgive me even if I have an abortion, but the people out there won't forgive me. So I contemplate, I sit there and I struggle with the old mental thing of saying, God, should I? Shouldn't I? God, I'm going to do this on my own. My business is shut. It's Corona going on. This is going on. And I'm thinking, God, is it better for me to go do it? No one won't know. But the thing is, what I looked on, I'm going to use a sin to cover a sin. So when I looked at that, I said, I made the decision and I said, God, I'm not going to do it. And I remember there was this lady who, at the beginning of March, she said to me that the Lord spoke to her to speak with me. And I remember the day when I went to meet her and she started to speak and she started to minister to me and talk to me exactly how I would sit and talk to the Lord, how I would be there and saying, Lord, why do you allow this to happen to me? Why am I still single? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? Where is my husband? Where is this? Where is that? Because that's how, and she started to talk to me and she said to me, I remember she was saying to me, even with this baby that you're expecting, the Lord said everything is a part of his plan.
It's
Do
true.
not worry about anything. This child will never lack. This child will come with a great purpose, and everything that's going on, you will be able to see what will manifest from
It's
it.
true. Kenny, you ever look into this and say sometimes we ask God for the wrong things?
Could be.
You understand? Sometimes we ask God for money. We ask God for cars. We ask God for a house. But you know, the greatest thing what we're supposed to ask God for is health and strength.
Yes.
With health and strength, you can achieve a lot of things. Because you may be asking God for a husband, and He said He want to give you a baby. Because He just showing you that you're asking for the wrong
To tell you
thing.
the truth, since I got pregnant with my daughter, where I was feeling lonely, I stopped. The loneliness left. Where I was feeling depressed, the depression left. Where I was feeling like life doesn't even worth living. Now I wake up every day and looking forward to life.
Yeah.
I wake up every day with a great expectation of what next, God.
I see you.
Can't wait. You know, it's like there is this new thing that is within me that it's like, wow, I want to embrace this day. I want to get as much as possible from this day. And when I look at my daughter as well, I just stare and I look at her and I said, how could I even think for a moment about you? I
Wow.
said, look how beautiful you are.
No, she's beautiful.
I'm
What's
like-
her name?
Talanda.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
Thank you. I'm like, how could I ever think that?
So, is the father changed his mind now?
No, he's still not a part of her life, and I don't even think about that. To tell you the truth, if someone don't ask, I don't remember, because she's not lack of anything.
I know she
it's
won't lack of
love-
anything, yeah.
If it's love, she's got it more than anything else. And my sister that lives here, she can't get enough of her. My nieces and
She's a beautiful baby.
Even like, I would not just say it, I've got 12.8 thousand people on my Instagram, and daily I'll be getting messages daily about, oh, my ovaries, my womb. Oh, Kenny, I need this baby in my life. I need this baby. I need a baby like that. So it's like everything that comes with this child has been nothing but joy and love.
Okay.
And it just have this new release and relief over my life.
Thank God.
Yes.
So, you ask God to forgive you again?
No, from day one, I
Okay.
didn't even. What it is with God, the minute I went and have sex, and after that sex was finished, I already said to God, what have I done? Whatever pleasure goes that minute, and why do I even do this? Lord, help me never to walk down that street again. Help me never to sin against you, fornicating again, and so forth. And from the minute I went to God and asked for forgiveness, then that was it. It's wiped. And this is what people do not understand. David is a man of God. David is a man that God loves more than anything else. But David had wives and concubines, and David sinned against God. David caused murder to be committed. So he was a murderer. He was an adulterer. And God still used him. God still forgave him.
No, God don't reject no
So
one.
at the end of the day, I didn't kill anyone.
As I
I
said,
didn't murder anyone. So it was basically that has been wiped. But what I see, a lot of people who I know, people who I love, my fellow Jamaican people who I love, I see some of them stop liking my photos. I see them start, I heard the things they saying. I blocked a few of them from my page and I blocked them because I love them, and I know my mouth. And if I'm supposed to open my mouth and say anything to them, I don't curse bad words, but I can use my mouth and cut them down.
Let's pray for
So
them.
what
Let's
I
pray for
did,
them.
because all of that would have been my emotions. So what I did, instead of me cussing and chasing anybody, I went and I blocked them from my page. I said, okay, if you're gonna come on my page and be banting me on my page, you come on my page, you like my kids' photos, but you don't like mine, you're making it very obvious that, Kenny, I'm like, I ain't opening heaven gate for none of you. I can be there and I can live a Christian life, but at the end of the day, the biggest bishop fall, the biggest pastors fall, the biggest
they're human.
evangelists fall. But the thing is, God forgive them, but you hold their sins against them. I'm like, my sins
No,
have
but
been
Kenny-
wiped and forgiven.
Kenny, you don't worry about what people say. As long as you know that you're living a clean life with God.
That's
you,
it.
You know that you get your punishment. You're living your life right now, so you don't care about what people want to say behind your back. Because if they're brave enough, they will say it in your face.
That's
because
exactly
if it's a one of God's angel and they can struck you off, then tell them to come.
That's it. So I just basically made the decision to, the Bible said if you're right on a fence, you cut it off. It don't mean that literally
No,
cut, keep your distance.
Yeah, keep
So,
your
what I said, for me not to be there and answering people.
All right. Is maybe because when you did make that outburst, when you were crying and you made that outburst and you're asking them to leave you alone, and so maybe because they see a happier Kenny right now, so they don't get nothing to feed on, so they're trying to pick around you for you to pull you down.
Oh no, that was before. When I blocked these people was basically from, I think it was even before I even made that video. I blocked quite a few of them because it was, our question was, I started to get messages like, oh, the street want to know if you're a breed. And things like that. So I'm like...
So do you live your life for the street?
Yeah, it's like I'm there and I'm saying, is any of these people gonna be buying baby clothes or baby feeding or things for my baby that they're worrying whether or not I'm pregnant?
Are you a celebrity?
It seems so. They make me a celebrity in their life. They make me important in their life. They talk about me, and when they talk about me, other people want to know about me. So the thing is, they do not actually know that by them throwing dirt on me, I'm actually growing. Because the more there's this illustration that I always use. When you throw dirt on me, I use those as stepping stone. So you throw them, and so I'm stepping. So I'm stepping higher. I'm getting higher while you are throwing it. I'm not down there. You're the one who's down there throwing it. I'm growing.
You know
because
what?
I'm a seed.
You know what?
And seeds grow.
You know, I want to see you do something. I want you to start to go out there. Go to all these abuse centers where women get abused. Let them know your story. Your story will help somebody.
Now, Brooks, anyone follows me on my page, if I don't give you a video, I give you something to read. I will write it or I'll do a video, and I'm never afraid to express and tell my truth.
Never.
So it's there. And that's something that's been ministered into my life. Many churches I've gone to, pastors prophesy to me and let me know that God said He has given you a ministry to heal broken people, because there is so many people who are broken emotionally and psychologically and need healing mentally, but do not know how to start the process.
Kenny, God have you here for a reason. And God sent you here to this interview for a reason.
I do believe so.
All the people who when they see this interview and think that they're going to get something to tear you down, they're going to get something to lift them up.
Amen.
Your story going to lift up millions of people.
I do hope so.
Trust me. No, it will lift them up. Kenny, you bring tears to my eyes to see from the very day you come into this country, you're being abused. Right?
Going through it, yes.
And promise one thing, don't disobey God again.
Never.
He's a jealous God.
Very jealous God.
Right.
And as I said to you, I made that decision the day after. That God, I'm gonna stay focused on you, because you know they said when man fail you, God will never fail.
No, it will never fail you.
So
Even if you
I just said, you know what, I don't see the reason me keep looking back. It's time for me to
move
push
forward.
ahead. And that's exactly where my focus is. I can't see myself going back down the road that I've walked before, because as I said to someone, I said I was running ahead of God. I tripped over and I literally fell on my face, mashed up my face, but I get off.
Brush yourself
off. And I'm walking, but now I'm not walking ahead of Him. I'm allowing Him to go ahead of me and take me in the direction to where He wants to take me.
Kenny, you're here, as I said, you're here for a purpose. And no man can fulfill this purpose for you.
None.
Listen? And no matter how much time people knock you down, God will pick you up.
Always.
Understand? He's a jealous God. Always praise Him. Be thankful for what you have. You're coming from a far place. You used to be on the street. You used to be in the dance. You understand? There's a lot of people right now in the corona. There's a lot of people slip back from church.
Yeah, that's what I've realized. But thank God, if anything, I get closer to God.
But all your mistakes what you make in life, it just goes to show you that material things and vanity doesn't really matter.
None of them matters.
None of them matters.
None.
You understand? Kenny, you're also a businesswoman.
Yes.
Tell us about your business. This is going to be a nicer story now.
Yes, I've been in the beauty industry, running a salon since January 2012, and up until today. I've recently renovated, new flooring, new signs, because before, when I started out, it was called Good Good, because that was my promotional name.
Yeah, good promotion.
I was Good. So Kenny Good. So I named the shop, the salon, Good. And I remember I was there sitting down one day and I heard a voice said, "Are you still Kenny Good?" And I was like, huh? And I said, no. I said, Lord, no. I know it's the voice of God. I said, no. I said, Lord, no. And I said, you know what? I need to change the sign. And I went and I get someone to do my logo. A friend of mine, called Solution, and I get them to.
This podcast is brought to you by Vida Rose Production Limited. Whether you got an event, a birthday, a wedding, a christening, even music video, we will capture it all for you. Don't waste time. Give Vida Rose a call.
Welcome back. Kenny, you've been through the storm.
Yes.
You fight off sharks in the ocean.
Oh, yes.
And the devil is a liar.
Indeed, he is.
He tried every trick in the book to get you down.
Yes.
But you're still
But I'm
fighting.
still fighting. I'm a fighter.
You're a fighter. Now you have this beautiful salon.
Yes.
Okay.
So at the moment, because of the whole corona, so it's closed. I've got barbers, hairstylists, beauticians, and I'm currently looking for a nail tech. So it's been a wonderful team, and we are just looking to grow. Sell some hair and products and things like that. I've been selling hair for years, but not consistently. So now I want to do it more and include beauty products, hair products, and all those things in there. So I do that, and I enjoy doing it, but it's not my passion.
What's all your passion?
My passion is fashion. I love clothes, and I am still looking to bring out my own design.
Go for it.
I want to do my own line of handbags. I want to do my own shoe line, and I want to do clothes line, but more so shoes and bags.
I'll give you an idea. Where the best place to start your shoes and bag? Start in the church.
Yeah.
Church people love a handbag. You can't go wrong.
You can't. That's true.
Okay, so that's gonna be your long-term goal.
Yes.
Okay. So anything else you want us to know about Kenny?
And what else as well? I've been thinking for about 5-6 years now, and even my pastor keep on saying it to me, Sister Kenny, you need to have a talk show where you speak to women, especially broken women.
Yes.
Because it's in you. Everything that you've been going through is because God is transitioning something new for you, and she's always like, you're the next Wendy Williams, I see you, you're the next Wendy Williams, and for years, I think about 8 years my pastor been saying it, but more so within the last 5 years, she was more like, Sister Kenny, when are you gonna get onto that? When are you gonna get onto that? And it's something that I'm looking forward to. Also a charity called Famine for the Word, and Famine for the Word is basically, the Lord gave me a vision and he showed me so many different aspects. He showed me people, he showed me men at first, and he was showing me young men, and saying Famine for the Word is supposed to help to bring young men to be men of valor, men of worth, because a lot of men do not know where they stand in society. And he wants these men to know their purposes, because so many men are walking around and they don't know their purposes, and that's the reason why they are so lost.
Yeah,
You know.
Kenny, we need these kind of things. We need people like you to have your own podcasts and talk to people, because like the street is rough.
Yes, it is.
There's kids killing off kids nowadays, and there's no fathers in the home, and all these things going on right now. So we need people like you. We need you, and there's no time like the present.
Yes, it is, and I've been thinking about it so much. I remember I wrote to, I was speaking, I remember one day I was like, God, you gave me this charity. Where do you want me to put this charity? And I went to my bed and I had a dream. And in the dream it was like, he showed me this place in Walthamstow. And in the dream he even said, Walthamstow. And I wrote to the council there, spoke with them, the head of the council and everything, and they said to me, okay, what you want to do is amazing, and we think that a lot of people would benefit from it. What we want you to do is get yourself registered on the list for a space, a building, and I've done that for how many years, and until this day
Did you follow it up?
Yes, I followed it up. I've called, and they said we still haven't got any available, but I said more so, I said, everything that I wrote in that letter is what I see started to happen.
But because of the corona at the moment, things a bit slow.
Yeah.
You understand? Everybody's moving at a nail's pace. But if you can find your own building and they will pay for the rent some way, or the church, because I think the church need to do more in the community. The church is a bit quiet at the moment. Most of the churches are a bit quiet. They're not really working in the community. They're working in the individual space.
Yeah.
But I think they need to get out there more in their community.
Quite a lot of them are getting out there, but because with like my church, where I go, my church, they go out, they feed the homeless, they do all of those things. I've never gone with them to do it, but other church members have done it. They also do run a daycare for the elderly, and that's 5 days
What's the name of your church?
Grace Fellowship.
Grace Fellowship.
And it's in Tottenham.
Okay.
And they do that. They've done that, I think, for about 35 years or more.
Okay.
They've been awarded MBE for their service to the community of Tottenham. So they've been doing a lot.
Okay, that's
They do
Thumbs up to
meals and wheels and all of that. So they do take care of the elderly. They do a lot for the elderly.
So after the corona, after the government open up, give us some time, we can go into the hairdresser and the barbers. Where do people find your shop?
If they need to find it, my salon is at 546 Kingsland Road, and that's in Dalston. Yeah.
Now, people, here we have it. The beautiful Kenny. Give us a chance. She's talk her story. Don't judge her. God said, don't judge. Leave all the judgment to God.
Him.
Okay, Kenny? It's nice having you here.
Thank you
And
so
I
much
know
for having me.
I've been chopping up your story because I know you want to talk a lot, and
It's a lot.
You know,
I
son,
could
and it's
be
a
here
lot.
for
But,
days.
Kenny, we will talk again because we have to talk again because there's things that we don't touch on yet.
Yeah.
But we're gonna leave it for next time.
Yes.
But it's nice having you in the studio.
It's nice being
As
here.
my favorite promoter, and you know you change your life.
Yes.
And I glad the part you take with God.
Thank you.
Because I'm a God-fearing person. And I love the part you take.
Thank you.
So, Kenny, they say we must not hug or touch or nothing at all. But I'm just going to love you from where I am right here.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So,
that's
thanks.
fine. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
That's the wrap.
This podcast is brought to you by Video Rose Production Limited. Whether you got an event, a birthday, a wedding, a christening, even music video, we will capture it all for you. Don't waste time. Give Video Ropes a call.
Yo, Yo, from here, can't know what one boss, Dan Boss. You're watching the Rope Podcast, you understand?
This is Axe from Liar Squad, and you're tuning to Ropes' podcast. Like, share, subscribe.
This is Vibe Squad from Straight Outta Glasgow.
This is Juvenile and King Tubby son.
This is Movie Star Johnny.
And this is Andrew Fresh.
This is IMP, and you're watching Ropes Podcast.
Just do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Yeah.